We have Mike Humperts here with Patriot Log Home Builders, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his experience on Extreme Home Makeover. Mike, would you tell us a little bit about your experiences then?
Yes, I ended up, was sitting at home one day and I ended up getting a phone call, and basically it was out of the blue from a Barry who works for Katahdin Log Homes. And when we started talking, he asked me if I'd be interested in working on a log home on Extreme Home Makeover. Well, obviously I found that rather exciting to go and be given the opportunity to do it because I've seen the show and it was rather new. I think it may have only been out a year or two from my experience from it, and so I really enjoyed the opportunity to do it. I thought, because I know the format is you send the family away and you're going to end up building this house within 7 days to where they're moving in. Well, I figured that's quite a challenge on a log home to try to have that done within 1 week time.
What did you do while you were there? Any specific part, or?
Well, a lot of it, there's so many people there, and surprisingly, the coordination was really good. You usually get that many, like I say, cooks in the kitchen that usually kind of ends up ruining the stew, but the log home turned out so good that you would have never realized there was that many people had their fingers in it, and when you would consider how many people are starting and stopping throughout the day, because the actual house, yes, no doubt about it, was running 24 hours around the clock. It had some very, large, bright lights, and so this house was going right on. And so my position through this was I was trying to help just fill in wherever I knew that I could fill in, knew exactly where people were going to need me, and so I could kind of see from doing it enough, I could see where.
And where was that?
Well, right away, even the first day, it was kind of misty, raining, and but we already were putting the subfloor on. The house was bulldozed off its foundation, and they were already starting more foundation, but we had the subfloor down, and we're stacking logs basically all day. And so I worked till probably dark, and till I was basically exhausted by the time I got in on the plane, at the airport and landed. Went straight to the job site right from there. Worked till dark, and the next following day they were already to the second floor, and we started right in on putting like their purlin system, part of their roof system up the second day. So it was, and it shocked me to see just how large this log home was to try to get done in 7 days. I thought.
How big was it? Do you remember the square footage?
I'm not sure the square footage, but I would say if you've seen any pictures of it, it would probably be 4,000-5,000 square foot minimum. Considering even the basement was finished, many of the parts of this are finished. Very large attached garage that drive underneath.
Well, did you get to meet some of the movie stars, or the?
Oh yeah, had several chances. Even the second day when I was up doing the roof system, I seen the Ty Pennington, one of the main guys there, characters on that show, that he went up and was doing part of his film clip as to showing how we were up on the second floor doing this, and when they shut the cameras off, I basically jumped down and tried to introduce myself to try to get a picture of me and him together, which I ended up getting, and basically tried to claim that hey, I had a lot of people back home bet me I couldn't get a picture with just me and him together, and so obviously I did. And I joked with him. I says, "I don't think you realize who I am." And he goes, "I'm sorry, I really don't." And I told him, I said, "I'm Brad Pitt of Log Homes, you know, and John Wayne of Timber." Well, needless to say, all the other log home builders got a pretty good chuckle out of it, and then he started laughing and realized, oh, that's pretty funny, you know. So, you know, some of the instances with the people were pretty good, and even then, throughout the process, they would, you would see them show up to do different film spots throughout the house, and we would get them to autograph our, you know, Extreme Home Makeover shirts. So it was a nice program. I really enjoyed it, you know.
Well, I saw on your patriotloghombuilders.blogspot.com that you had some story with Paige, is that right? I thought I read?
Yeah, when she was autographing other people's thing, you know, and you were standing in line waiting. So when she went to autograph mine, I mentioned to her, I said, you know, she had her pen out and she's going to write her autograph my shirt and stuff, and I said, hey, you know, I said, no sense putting your phone number down. I said, I'm not going to call you. I said, I'm a married man, so, you know, so she got a good chuckle out of that, made a big heart, and of course just put her autograph in there, so, but yeah, it was kind of a comedic.
So, you know, I'd like to ask too, so everybody volunteers their time there, is that correct?
Yep, everybody volunteered their time, but you know, throughout the donations or whatever through the process, obviously there was food around the clock, water, place to stay. I had at least a you know, my airline ticket was paid for. Again, motel was paid for. And they actually gave me a rental car to go use from at least the motel to the job site. And you know, and especially being it was in Maine, I mean, they were even serving lobster sometimes, you know, so it was quite a, you know, it was quite a neat deal, you know, and then the fact that we actually did accomplish it, you know, in 7 days, you know, and that's even landscaped, house stained, you know, very walk-in finish, pristine.
How many people were there, do you figure?
I wouldn't doubt that there could have been up to 3,000 people there.
Working?
You know, with volunteers and everything, yes. I wouldn't doubt there was probably, I suppose maybe up to 100, you know, probably you would say professional log home builders, and then maybe another 200-300 other professional tradesmen as far as air conditioning, electricians, and whatever. But then there was probably at least, you know, 2,000 volunteers, that people that would just move material for you, serving food, water, and making sure that the process just kept going. So it was, like you say, considering that many people, it was quite an adventure. You know, thank you much.
As Mike Humperts with Patriot Log Home Builders. To learn more about Extreme Home Makeover, there's a link there, and you are welcome to check it out and read it. Thanks, Mike.